and he said, quote unquote, I don't care if he doesn't like black people. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this, man. Is this something that people should be taking serious, or is this 50 Cent and his antics? What do you think, Brooks?
50 Cent is a chaos or an agent of chaos, right?
Yep.
I I totally agree with what Irv Gotti said on DJ Glad, the DJ Glad YouTube show.
People be like, God. Your first thing is, yo, God saved this guy. Maybe the devil, maybe Satan saved him. Because he's a great engine of chaos.
Yeah, he is standing up with his rich folks, with his rich peers.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to get taxed heavily, but at the same time, he's someone who can afford to do it, and he's just showing his ass as usual. We all know what type of person 50 Cent is at this point. Um, yeah, that's my 2 cents.
This guy is straight business, business, business. I don't think anything 50 Cent is saying about Trump is about him actually liking Trump or him disliking Biden, because if Biden had a lower tax, if he was going to tax lower than what Trump is imposing, then he's going to be saying go vote Biden. So I mean, I don't think it's anything that people should be taking serious. 50 Cent has a history of being big time troll. We saw how he did with Floyd. We saw how he I mean, when he went bankrupt, man, this guy went back to living in the small apartment in Jersey. He's business guy through and through. Um what is your take on this, Franco? You have any thoughts on
Yeah,
on Curtis Jackson?
this is news to me. That I saw people talking about him, but I didn't care enough to look to see what they were talking about him. I just thought, so he endorsed Trump, and we've talked on this show about how fundamentally there is no big difference between Trump and Biden. They're both going to be going to war with all these countries, especially in the Middle East. They're both going to be attempting to conduct coups in other countries. Um, as we saw, Trump attempted to install a coup in Venezuela. He attempted to install a coup in Bolivia. Have
Failed.
failed. Both of them failed in the end. And they're both going to serve Wall Street. Biden told his Wall Street elites, like there's a whole article written about it. He told his Wall Street elites that donate money to him that nothing will fundamentally change. So there is no difference. Like all these celebrities that are telling people to go vote for Joe Biden are only doing it because of optics, because Joe Biden is more well-mannered than Donald Trump, and because Joe Biden makes his racism less obvious than Donald Trump. So it makes no difference to me if celebrities are telling you whether to vote for Trump or Biden, or whether they endorse Trump or Biden, because in the end, their lives are gonna be nice and comfy anyway. 50 Cent freaking out about how he thinks that Joe Biden is gonna tax him. That's not gonna affect him in the end by that much. He's still a rich guy. His life is still gonna be nice and comfy. So he's only looking out for himself. And he might also just be looking out for attention.
That's what
Seeing as his past behavior, how it's been.
money
Yeah,
is a Go ahead, Brooks.
I was just gonna echo off of what Franco just said. You we can't expect these black millionaires, black celebrities to be aligning with us as working class citizens, as in a much significantly lower tax bracket. Yeah, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves, right? We're the hero of our own story, as Franco says.
Yeah, I like that. No, I think Franco mentioned something that I didn't see a lot of people saying, is that it's the attention, man. I think we need to remember that 50 Cent, as much of a businessman that he is, he's also a rapper. He's also an artist, an entertainer. So, to them, I think the clout and the attention is almost as important as the money too. So I just hope that nobody is looking at this like, oh man, 50 Cent is MAGA. 50 Cent is a bigot or whatever, this, that, the third. I mean, he might even be a bigot for all we know. I don't know him personally, so I can't say. But all I'm
He's
saying is,
just doing it for himself. He
yeah,
doesn't.
take
He's
it with a
not
grain
caring
of
about other
salt.
people.
Take it with
Yeah,
a
It's
grain of
not
salt.
because he. It's not because he consciously hates his own kind, black people. It's just that he wants to enrich himself as much as he wants, whether it includes having as much of a tax break, or it him trying to get as much attention as he can. Right? Wasn't he like talking shit about Takashi 69 years ago, and now he's like all buddies with him?
Yep. Look, guys, I want to just hit on a quick, like, now that you mentioned that, people don't care that Takashi snitched. If there's a financial gain from that, they're gonna fuck with him. That's why Akon made the Locked Up remix. It was so corny, but
Oh
hey,
my
man,
gosh.
financial
That's a-
gain. If the money is there, it's gonna happen.